Good night, Mr. Sosa and classmates. Um, Tonight we're gonna talk about what's a roundtable, what are their do's and what are their don'ts, their pros and their cons. Why do we need a roundtable and their effectiveness and challenges? Okay, first of all, we have to know what's a roundtable. Okay, a roundtable is, according to the dictionary, Western, it's a discussion held at the meeting of parties or people on equal. But in short words, a roundtable is it's a place or is where some people get together to talk about certain topic, and they are just sharing their ideas and trying to all be like getting the same context and understanding why do they think that. So some dudes during a roundtable is that we have to manage time. Okay, if we manage time carefully, we're gonna have time to discuss, time to ask, time to answer some inquietud that some people have. Another dues are it is that each speaker has to communicate. He does not have to be shy. He has to give a clear message and solicit speak feedback. When I say feedback, it like if he says something, he has to another one has to complain. Maybe not complaining, but has to ask why do he think that, what he can do about it, why we should not do this and we do this. Okay. A roundtable. I think that the most important thing about a roundtable is having a well prepared moderator, the one who guides the discussion to touch on our speaker. By this I mean that the moderator has to be the most prepared in the roundtable. If we have a moderator well prepared, we'll have a great discussion because he's the one leading the we can say the conversation. He's the one guiding, trying to get everything together, and he's asking all the time. He has to be a certain sequence because you have to ask this first, then this, and I say I think that the most important thing, some duty that he has is that he has to be the most prepared in the round table. Now some don't. Okay, some don't that you have to be shy. You have to have a clear message. You have to have a clear mind. The moderator cannot get there and just okay ask everything whatever he wants without a certain organization. Okay. Some pros in the round table is that by having a round table, we're gonna share some ideas and we're gonna be talking about, and in the end, we're gonna try to all have the same idea, or at least we're gonna try to share some idea that it can be helpful later. So some cons are that you cannot complain because there's some people that they are maybe they don't listen, they just start blaming and start asking. So some pros that you cannot question certain people ideas. Okay, why do we need roundtables? Okay, we need roundtables because by having them, we're gonna share some idea that we didn't know. So when you got goal in the roundtable is not just about getting your question answered. The point of a roundtable is to speak with moderators who are often experts and consultants with a broad knowledge, and listen to what other attendees have to share. And maybe you don't know what other people is talking about, but maybe if you just by listening you have some idea of what he's talking about, and maybe you don't know, or maybe you're not doing that problem, but maybe in the future when you need to resolve that, you're gonna you're gonna be like, thank God I listened that boy or girl. So um what are the effectiveness of a roundtable? What are their challenges? Okay, some effectiveness is that by having an effective roundtable is that if we want to make a effective roundtable, we have to do what I already mentioned. So we have to be prepared. We have to be attending. We have to be asking. We have to be answering. We have to keep going and going, trying to analyze other people information. And some challenges, I think that the challenge that we can it is the riskiest. So I guess it's the no preparation. If people that having the round table is not prepared, it will not work. So in conclusion, I think that having a round table is very important, and it is the best way of sharing your ideas and listening to what other people thinks about certain topic. And remember that when you're saying something, you're just repeating what you already know, but when you are listening, you're acquiring a new knowledge, you're acquiring something new. Okay, so always remember to listen before you speak, and try to analyze and try to understand what you're saying, and always be prepared, and always be proactive, and be asking all the time. So this was my video. Thank you, Mr. Sosa. Good night.